Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. And one question that I keep getting asked is what are the key questions I should prepare for my product management interview? So there are typically 8 kind of questions that you need to prepare. Product design, second is product strategy, then we have KPIs, guesstimates, product execution, product improvement, behavioral, and system design or technical questions. First is product design. So for example, design Facebook movies or design Facebook social travel. So this is going to test your creative thinking, structured thinking. How do you go about designing a product which is, let's say, completely new? The next question type is product strategy. For example, the comments are up by 20%, but the watch time is down by 10% in YouTube. So how do you turn it around? So basically, they are trying to test your strategic thinking. And here, what is very important is your structured thinking, a framework. So it's mostly not about the solution that you finally give, but it's mostly about how you approach the problem. What kind of questions do you ask? How do you break down the problem? And the next type of questions is KPIs related questions. For example, you have to launch Apple Watch. And once you launch it, what are the KPIs you would use to measure the success of the product? There are a lot of different KPIs. For example, if a product is in discovery phase, nobody knows about the product, then the KPIs will be different. If a product is, let's say, a mature product like FB, then obviously the KPIs would be different. If you need to know which type of KPIs to use according to the stage of the product and the type of product. The next important type of questions are guesstimates questions. So these are mostly like estimate the amount of storage required for storing all the YouTube videos of the world. Is again, the exact answer is not important. What is important is that you break down, the problem, and you tell the interviewer each and every step. For example, how many people are there in the world, how many use internet, out of that how many would be using YouTube, then how many videos do they upload per day. Again, you have to divide the kind of people into maybe 2 3 categories. Let's say the lower income, upper income, high income, etc. Accordingly, the number of videos they upload would be very different. And then you can obviously keep some buffer, and then you can come up with some kind of a, like, let's say, storage required for YouTube. And then the next fifth type of questions are product execution questions. So these are typically based on, let's say, day-to-day work of a PM. So how do you prioritize your goals? How do you prioritize your features? Why did you choose this user segment only? You need to have a rationale behind each and every step you take. This is very common for Facebook product execution questions, by the way. Then you have product improvement questions. They are very similar to product design questions. For example, name your favorite product, and how are you going to improve it, or how will you improve Google Maps, how will you improve Instagram Reels, etc. So what they're trying to test is, do you first of all know about the existing product itself? Then can you choose one particular user segment and identify the pain points of that user segment, and then create some kind of an improvement plan. Now we have behavioral questions. Behavioral questions are more like, how will you influence an engineer who doesn't agree with your feature prioritization? How do you deal with conflicts? How do you manage without authority? Why do you want to join us? Mostly going to be related to your work experience and how you handle situations. The last one is technical or system design questions. So bear in mind, please, that these questions are not asked in every single PM interview. If you're, let's say, appearing for Google interviews or Amazon technical PM interviews or any technical PM interviews, then system design questions are definitely going to be asked. But if you're appearing for other companies which are not require PM to have any technical knowledge of the system, then these questions will not be asked. So what are system design questions? They are, for example, you need to design Twitter. So for Twitter, we want to be able to post tweet and read tweets. And the tweets should come on my timeline. So obviously there would be servers, there would be databases, there would be a front end, which are making sure Twitter works as it works. So you need to be aware of that architecture, system architecture, to be able to answer these questions. So hope this video was useful. If you prepare these 8 type of questions, you are sure to crack any PM interview.